Alright, so with the sale season going on, a lot of you are looking to buy a laptop, and especially the comments were bombarded with laptops around 40 to 50,000. So actually, we got this. Now the thing is, this was launched for 65,000 rupees, but during the sale, we got it for just under 50,000. And we asked our entire team that one problem that they have with Windows laptops.
Performance is okay, but charging sucks.
The battery sucks, man.
I have to charge this laptop twice a day.
I'm too very happy.
Well, apart from Minal, who uses a MacBook, everyone had two things in common with their laptop. A, battery life sucked. And B, they were using either Intel or AMD CPU. So here's the twist. This laptop works on the same Snapdragon processor that your phone runs on. So how good is it? Is it better than other similarly priced laptops? Also, with the MacBook M1 Air selling for around 50,000 rupees, should you ditch Windows and get that? No. There's lots to unpack. Pratik, TechWiser, let's go. Alright, first things first, the unboxing. Obviously, you get the laptop, some paperwork that nobody reads, and this charger. Now, this comes with a typical proprietary brick, nothing fancy here. But here's the thing, you can also charge this laptop via your phone's Type-C charger, or if you have another PD charger lying around, so Type-C charging works here. Now, design-wise, it does not look different from other Lenovo laptops. You see, it looks pretty sleek. I love this grey color. There's the Lenovo logo on top, no flashy RGB or gamer aesthetics, just clean and professional. Personally, I prefer that. Plus, it's all metallic. Drop test. Nothing happened. I was supposed to not do the drop test, but yeah. Plus, it's all metallic, feels really solid in hand, and you get this military grade certification. Now the next line is, people don't drop their laptops like they drop their phone. It's mostly you throw around the laptop in your bag so it can handle that abuse and this abuse. Oh, and Lenovo also gives 1 year of accidental damage protection, so that's there too. Weight-wise, this thing is around 1.5 kgs, and I've been lugging this around for the past 2 weeks. Honestly, it doesn't feel heavy at all, like very manageable. The hinge balance is just perfect. And once it's open, it stays wherever you put it. Zero wobble when I'm typing, well engineered. Now, while we are looking at the design, I gotta show you something that genuinely surprised me. Like, look at this. A proper full-sized SD card slot. Like, most brands say that our laptop is built for creators and then they give you that micro SD card slot. It's not useful. If you're into photography or making videos, you need this full-size SD card slot. Apart from this, you get all the other usual suspects. There's a headphone jack, Type-C, USB 3.2 port, HDMI 1.4, USB-A, this is also 3.2. On the right, you have another USB-A 3.2 port, the full-size SD card slot, and the power button. Now, before I get to the performance, let's talk about the most common stuff we do on our laptop, watching content. So this 15.1-inch display is pretty solid. It's got 1920 by 1200 resolution. This is an IPS panel with decent colors. Also, it's TUV blue light certified, which means that it can reduce blue light from the display. Should help in eye strains if you work long nights on your laptop. Like, I was binge watching Bads of Bollywood on Netflix, and the picture quality was really enjoyable. Now yes, this has 300 nits of max brightness, which might seem a bit low since others give you 400 to 450 nits, but if you're using it mostly indoors, this is sufficient. Also, this is a 16:10 aspect ratio, which has a visible benefit. Like if I compare it by a 16:9 screen, you see the vertical data that you get is more. This is very handy if you're multitasking or if you open multiple windows. Now a plus for this laptop is the speaker. While other laptops have the speaker at the bottom, which muffles the sound when you put it on the bed or sofa, the speaker on this is top upward firing. Not only there is no muffling of sound, but in case you want more volume, you can obviously plug in a speaker or headphone. The 3.5mm headphone jack is for that purpose. And then there's also a Dolby Atmos support. Alright, enough. Now let's talk about the elephant on the room. This thing runs on Snapdragon X, and I've reviewed Snapdragon laptops before, but those were the X Elite, expensive ones. This is the more affordable younger brother, so I was curious. See, it's got 8 cores along with 16GB LPDDR5X RAM and 512GB PCI Gen 3 SSD. Also, here's something that you don't see in laptops in this segment. If I open it up, there's an extra SSD slot, so you can upgrade it in the future in case you need to. Now, coming to the benchmarks, we ran Geekbench and it scored over 10,000 in multi-core. That's actually pretty decent, similar to Intel Core Ultra 5 performance. Also worth mentioning, we ran the test with and without power. Even on battery, it gives similar scores. Intel and AMD laptops can't retain the same performance on battery. Now for everyday stuff like browsing with 15 tabs open, writing docs, watching YouTube, This thing just doesn't break a sweat. We even threw Photoshop at it and it handled it like a champ. But here's where things get interesting. Snapdragon chip is ARM based, which is different from your typical Intel or AMD setup. Like, let me explain. Most Windows software is still built for traditional x86 processor, that is Intel or AMD. So when you install an app, one of two things happen. Either the app already has an ARM version, stuff like Photoshop, Chrome, DaVinci Resolve for video editing, those run buttery smooth, no issues at all, or the app doesn't have ARM support. But Windows does this clever thing here where it automatically converts it into ARM version on the go via something called Prism. You literally don't have to do anything, just double click and the app will work as it is. But because there's conversion happening in the background, some apps can still feel a bit slow. Like take Trello for instance. This is a software we use for project management. It does open, but it's slow. So in case you have any different software, like your office has some specially customized software for x86 laptop, double check the compatibility before getting it. But in real life, for about 90% of what most people do daily, you won't even notice the difference between x86 and ARM. Now, I must point out one crucial thing. This is not a gaming laptop. Not only it not supports few regular games like Fortnite, but even if it runs the game, the performance is not that great. Also, this is a Copilot Plus PC. And be like, Pratik, I can do ChatGPT on any laptop. How is this special? Well, this is a bit different. See, when you do ChatGPT or Perplexity, it is actually not happening on your computer. Rather, it's happening on the internet, on the servers of OpenAI or Microsoft. Same thing. But when a laptop has Copilot plus PC certification, it means it's got dedicated NPU cores running at 45 TOPS, meaning AI processing can actually happen on your computer if you use a local AI model. Like, let me show you. So there's a new feature called Windows Recall. Now this might sound creepy at first, but hear me out. Basically, Windows take regular screenshots of what you're doing on the screen and then uses AI to index everything so you can search through your activities later. Like, suppose the other day I was researching graphic cards for a video, but I forgot to bookmark the page or add it to cart. I just open Windows Recall and I just type RTX 4060. Boom! It showed me exactly what I was looking at 3 days ago. Or when I was writing the script, I remembered seeing some interesting battery stats somewhere, searched battery benchmark over here, and it pulled the exact web page I needed. This is like having a photographic memory of everything you have done on your laptop. Now, before you freak out about privacy, Windows Recall requires PIN or fingerprint to access those screenshots, so no one else can. All of these screenshots run locally on the NPU, nothing goes to the cloud. And also there's co-create, so like I can just scribble something here, give a basic description, select the style, and see it can create an artwork. Like it can implement changes in real time. Like this is a graphically intensive task. And then there's the webcam AI stuff, you get background blur that actually works, auto framing that keeps you centered even if you move around. Now this Windows Recall, co-create, and AI on webcam, they all run locally on the NPU. Like if I show you in the task manager, you see the NPU is being engaged. Regular non-Copilot plus PC laptops don't have this. Now, apart from this, the typing experience is also pretty nice. You get a full-size keyboard along with a number pad. Keys are backlit, so even if you work at night, you're good to go. Typing feels comfortable, good key travel. The trackpad is also smooth. It supports all Windows gesture, your 4-finger swipe, 3-finger task. Switching all works as expected. But the biggest plus point of a Snapdragon laptop is the battery life. So I have this screenshot. I charged it at 100% at 11 in the morning, and then I use it normally till 7 p.m, about 8 hours. And now, when I came back to office the other day, it still had 30% battery remaining. Like it lasted 8 hours and then there was zero battery drain overnight. And for that you get a 50 watt-hour battery with rapid charge tech. So in 15 minutes of charge, you can get around 2 hours in use. So alright, that was our take on this laptop. And now to answer the big question, if you have a budget of around 50,000 rupees, should you get this or just buy a M1 MacBook Air and end the day? Honestly, the M1 MacBook Air is pretty old at this point. After all, it launched before COVID. While it had exceptional battery life, it's only 8 GB of RAM and performance is okay at best. Now, at that price, Windows laptops with Snapdragon X are increasing. They offer phenomenal battery life. It's newer, so it will last longer, and I would say they are a good alternative for the M1 MacBook Air in this price point. In that regards, the Lenovo Ideapad Slim is a pretty good choice. You can check this out. We'll try to leave a link in the description, but do remember, some apps may not work, so double check what apps you use, and this is not a gaming machine. Now, let us know which laptop you want us to review next. If you pick your choice, we'll give you a shout out. On that note, this is signing off. See you in the next video. Pew, pew, pew.